Welcome to Peace in Math. Let's talk about how to factor polynomials. This topic will be split up into 3 videos, factoring polynomials with 2 terms, 3 terms, and 4 terms. In this video, I'll walk you through step by step on how to factor polynomials with 4 terms, and there'll be some extra practice problems for you to try at the end if you need. To factor polynomials with 4 terms, we can use the grouping method, which is all about factoring out the greatest common factor, or GCF. Let's start with this example. So for 4 terms, if I'm going to factor this by grouping, my first step is to group the first 2 and then plus the last 2. And then I'm going to factor the GCF out of each of these groups. So for the first group, looking at these 2 terms, I can divide them both by 2, that's the largest number, and they both have variables, so we're going to factor out some x's. So the GCF of these 2 terms is going to be 2x squared. Okay, so the largest number, 2 and 12, can be divided by as 2, and then for your exponent on the variable, it's always going to end up being the smallest exponent, so at most I can take out 2 x's from each of those. Okay, so just use the smaller exponent. And then if I divide both of these by 2x squared, which this little part, you don't have to write this here, but if it helps, put it down. Once I divide, that'll tell me what's left over in these parentheses. So 2x cubed divided by 2x squared, that gives me x. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and then subtract the exponents, that gives me x to the first power, so that would be just x. And then here, negative 12 divided by 2 gives me negative 6, and if I subtract these exponents, that gives me 0. So x squared divided by x squared, think of those like they cancel, so no x is left over. Now if we go to the second group, looking at these 2 terms here, the greatest common factor we can divide out from each of these would be 3, so I'm going to divide a 3 out. And they both don't have variables, so I can't factor any x's out, only the 3. Okay, so 3 will be outside of my parentheses. And now to figure out what's left over in those parentheses, once I divide, 3x divided by 3 gives me 1x, or just x, and negative 18 divided by 3 gives me negative 6. Notice too that this x minus 6 here is the same as x minus 6 here. These should always end up being the same binomial. If they're not the same, then maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you might have to factor out like some negatives to change some signs, or maybe you just can't factor by grouping, so then you have to do things like polynomial division if it is even factorable. For the final step for factoring by grouping, now we're going to look at the whole entire expression, the new terms I'm looking at. Here's my first term, and then here's my second term. So seeing what these both have in common, I'm going to factor the GCF out, which is going to be that common binomial x minus 6. So I'm going to divide that out. So that's going to be out front of my parentheses. And then to figure out what's left over, we're going to divide just like we did here. So if I divide out this x minus 6 from this first group, which I'm just going to write this here. You don't have to, but this will just help you see. These would cancel out, and what's left over is going to be this 2x squared. So that's my first term in the parentheses. And then for the next one, if I divide out this x minus 6, these would cancel, and I'm just left with the positive 3. So 2x squared plus 3. So just notice these will be the terms in your second binomial. And that's how we factor by grouping. So this is our answer, these 2 binomials being multiplied. Let's do one more step by step. All right, here's our 4 terms. So if I'm going to factor this by grouping, we're going to group first 2 and then plus the last 2. Make sure this minus sign is inside those parentheses because you want to have the group separated by a plus sign. So looking at the first group, my 2 terms, the GCF we're going to divide out is 4x cubed. Okay, so the largest number that divides into 12 and 8 would be 4, and then for the variable, use your smallest exponent, x cubed. So 4x cubed is going to be outside of my parentheses. And then to get what is left over inside, this part you don't have to write, but I'm just going to put this here to help us see step by step. Once we divide both these by 4x cubed, here 12 divided by 4 gives me 3. And then if I subtract the exponents, 5 minus 3 gives me 2, so 3x squared is the first term. And then here, 8 divided by 4 gives me 2. And then subtracting the x's, our exponent would be 0, so no x is left over. So there's the first group. And now for the second group, looking at these 2 terms, we can divide those both by 5. And if I just divide out a 5, then what's going to be left over in these parentheses are going to be negative numbers. But I need them to be positive to match the terms that are in this binomial. So instead of factoring out just a 5, I'm going to divide out negative 5. That will change the signs of these 2 terms. Alright, so negative 15x squared divided by negative 5, dividing the coefficients, that gives me positive 3, and then x squared. And then negative 10 divided by negative 5 gives me positive 2. And then notice I have the same binomial now, which is what I need for grouping. So the last step, looking at the whole expression, these are my new 2 terms. I'm going to factor out what they have in common, that common binomial. So this 3x squared plus 2, this is going to be outside of my parentheses. And then to figure out what's left over, it's just going to end up being this 4x cubed minus 5. But if you need to see step by step, we can write out just like how we did here at the division. I'm factoring out the 3x squared plus 2, so then these would cancel. I'm left with 4x cubed. Same thing here. Divide out the 3x squared plus 2, these cancel. I'm left with that minus 5. So here's 4x cubed minus 5 as my second binomial. And here's our answer for factoring by grouping. Here are some extra problems if you need a little more practice. Pause the video and try these out on a scrap piece of paper. Good luck! Here's the list of the answers to the practice problems. The last one was a little tricky because you could factor it again further using the difference of squares patterns for 2 terms. Take a look at my video for factoring polynomials that have 2 terms and for ones that have 3 terms if you need some more practice with factoring. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped you find a little more peace in math. See you next time.